everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we are going to make Pampered Chef's almond pound cake. I have gotten several requests for a review for this product, so I thought today's a great day to do it. What you're gonna need is 1 mix of almond pound cake, 1/4 of a cup of water, 1 1/2 sticks of butter. Yes, butter, because it is pound cake. Usually use a pound of butter, but it's a smaller cake. 3 eggs and a loaf pan. Let's get started. All right, so the first thing that the directions say to do is to grease up your loaf pan. Now, I assume the loaf pan they are using is the Pampered Chef loaf pan, so I am gonna use the same one. Usually you don't grease the Pampered Chef loaf pans, but the directions say so, so I am. I try to be a rule follower whenever possible. That's kind of a lie. But when I'm making one of these things for the first time, I definitely want to follow the rules. Most of the time. Once that's done, go ahead and preheat your oven to 325. Next, we are gonna add the entire mix right into our stand mixer. If you're not using a stand mixer, you can just beat it by hand, but we're gonna wanna beat it for 2 minutes. So I have the paddle attachment here. Let's just make sure the directions are correct. Yep, that's it. We are gonna add our water, our softened butter. It's half melted, half soft, but it should be okay. It's pretty warm here in Texas, so it kind of got a little melty. It's fine, it'll be fine. And then our 3 eggs. I am gonna crack the eggs separately into this bowl, just so in case I get any of those shells, so I don't have to fish them out of there. And then into the mixer those are gonna go. And I'll save this for a little bit. And then we're gonna lower our Pampered Chef Deluxe electric mixer, and we are going to turn it on and set it to beat for 2 minutes. If you've never seen the Deluxe electric mixer before, this is a fantastic machine. It does all the work for you, no guesswork. So now I get to clean up while this is going. The scent coming up out of there. Two minutes is up. Oh man, look at that light and fluffy batter. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and plug this, wrap up my cord because, well, there's a cord wrap right over here. And then I'm gonna move it back onto my counter, just out of view. I actually keep both my KitchenAid and my Deluxe electric mixer on the counter over there because I use them all of the time. No joke. Some people have also asked me how I like my Deluxe electric mixer and how it compares to my KitchenAid. I will tell you this, if this came in as large of a bowl as I have in my KitchenAid, I would not have a KitchenAid anymore. I really like the design of the Deluxe electric mixer. It just maybe isn't big enough for everything that I want to do, because when I make things for people, usually they're in large quantities, and this only does, you know, like 1 family's worth, maybe 2 families worth of stuff. So just keep that in mind. That's the only reason I own both, because I use both. All right, the directions now say to get this into the pan and smooth it out. All right, well, I think that's as flat as we are gonna get it. So into the oven, it's going to go for 58 to 60 minutes. So I'll see you back here when it is all out. Wait, does it have to cool? Hold on. Cool for 10 minutes, then remove. So, and then let cool completely before cutting. So I'll be back here in like 70 minutes once it's all cooled so you can see the results. Okay, welcome back. the bread has come out. It is cooled. I am a bit sad about the cook. Now, I put it in for the time that they said and the minimum of bake time, and still I got an awfully brown, almost too brown crust. Now, should I have checked it a little earlier? Probably. But you know, when the bag, where's that bag? But when the bag says bake for 58 to 60 minutes, I will check it at 58 and then go from there. So this came out right at 58. Like, I opened the oven and I was like, holy smokes, that is a little brown. So if you buy this cake, please start checking it around minute 50, or even drop the temperature of your oven and bake a little longer, because not only did it catch, as you can see, it looks awfully brown, like awfully brown. But on the top here, we have a little bit of sinkage. Now, I don't know if that means because it wasn't all the way done already or what, because I have yet to crack into this, but it did come out of the pan really, really well, other than the fact that it is awfully dark. So we're gonna leave judgment though until we taste it, cut into it, taste it, all the good stuff. So here we go. I'm just gonna cut right down the middle because I wanna see if it got baked on the inside. Because there's nothing wrong with my oven. My oven is a brand new oven. It is all just their bake time and temperature, which their bake temperature was 325. I did indeed have it at 325. Lightly greased and floured loaf pan. I didn't flour it, but that wouldn't have caught it. So, okay, let's keep it at that. Ready? Oh my, look at how beautiful that pound cake looks. Look at that. Now, up close in the up close camera, you can see right here where that dip is, that it is a little bit underbaked. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But the rest of it looks well baked, but there is just a teeny tiny bit right there, right in the middle, that was underbaked, which if I left it in for any longer, it would have been black. So take that for what it's worth. Okay, let's cut ourselves a slice from the middle here. I mean, it looks good, but it did develop. Check this out. Look at how thick of a crust it did develop. Usually when I make pound cakes, it doesn't develop that thick of a crust. Now, I wonder if that is because of the fact that it was in a stoneware loaf pan, and maybe if it had been in a light aluminum pan, it would have been okay. But either way, let's taste it and see what we got. All right, let's see here. That has really good flavor. Really, really good flavor. Other than the fact that the crust is a little thick and it got a little dark, I think that can be adjusted with your time and temperature of your oven. This is a really flavorful pound cake. And I think I would indeed buy it again. It was easy. All I had to do was add a couple things and it was all right there ready to go. So yeah, I love it. I would say 10 out of 10 as far as the flavor of this mix goes. I would say a 5 out of 10 with the baking instructions, because that is pretty darn dark. I would rather it be all around about this color, and I was following their minimum directions. So I would say 5 out of 10 for that, or maybe even 4 out of 10. All right, you guys, well, if you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure, and I love to answer your questions. So when you want to know what something tastes like, and I can accomplish that, I love to do that for you. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I guess I'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.